This is Sex, Science, and Stripping, and you're watching on Afro Vibes TV. All right. I think we're going to hop right back into what we were kind of talking about last episode, the whole pimping stuff.
Yeah. So here's a fucking disclosure. Don't meet up with strangers. So I brought some souvenirs because we were talking about Texas like the fucking
the laws, rules, restrictions,
the rules.
All that stuff.
Yeah, so I brought like what I had on me. Next time I'll bring some more stuff. But for comparison, okay, so I brought some souvenirs. Those were my ass Saturday. Just kidding. So like we have a typical stripper bra. As you can see, it's extra as fuck. And like we can't have our nipples showing on the floor. So you have to have like something that covers it.
On the floor is like when you walk around, like not on stage.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Some clubs like you can't show nipples at all. Like I'm gonna talk about a Miami club that I went to during spring break one time. They're not allowed to show anything. Like they have to keep their everything on, so it's not really stripping, technically. And then I brought an old pair of like these are the Texas go-to what you need to wear.
Like, Texas mandated.
Yes.
These are your stripper panties.
So apparently this is 2/3 of an inch, and it has to be 2/3 of an inch wide to cover your butt. So that's one thing, and it also has to be like this type of what would you call this?
Like silky satin?
Yeah,
satin?
but it's a little bit more rough, like a swimsuit material, I'd say. And it has to be double lined, so it has to have two fabrics like this. Two fabrics double layered, and it has to go all the way until the butthole. So, those are what you have to wear, and this is what you can't wear, because it's mesh. You know, it's see-through, can't wear it. But this is just a garter belt, but I just pulled it out for reference. But I do have so if you have panties that are mesh, you have to wear these. And like literally, here's the thing with these. Do you see how small this is? Like these bitches are ripped for a reason. These are the smallest panties ever, and you have to wear them. And like, whose beef sandwich is gonna fit in here? Whose Arby's sandwich is gonna fit in here, first of all? But hey. So those are just some things I brought out to show people.
Show and tell.
Show and tell.
Yay.
And then to get back into the pimping stories, so I first wanted to start off with like where I was in that time period when I first started dancing, when I first met my first pimp, and how it went, and how like the grooming nature kind of took in place. So I was working at Whataburger. I'm pretty sure I kind of went over this, but I was working at Whataburger. I had an apartment with 6 other people, and it was a 2-bedroom apartment with 6 other motherfuckers who were dirty. Like, bro, when I say, like, people gave up cleaning the crib because they were tired of cleaning up after people, we had a mountain of garbage bags. Like, it was the nastiest fucking thing ever. And I met these people from, like, school. Like, it was supposed to be, like, a dorm room style. 2 girls, 2 boys, and then people just started moving in their boyfriends and their girlfriends and their friends, and people were sleeping on couches, bro. Yeah. So it was a nasty ass fucking apartment, and I was just like on my little twin bed in the corner, just content. But that's where I was whenever I started dancing. So I think I was like a week or so into dancing, and like it was not for me at first. It took me 2 years to kind of get decent and comfortable enough to talk to people. Like I was nerdy. And so this really beautiful gentleman came into the club, and like, bro, at my first club, it was kind of weird, because, like, all of the clientele on the weekends were literally, like, pimps, and I didn't fucking know, like, at all. I would literally be talking to one pimp and just be like, nah, I don't want your number, like, you have to spend no money on me, like, not knowing he's a pimp, like, bitch, he's not gonna spend money on you.
Yeah.
And then I would literally go to the next pimp and talk to him, and, like, I was friends with this really old motherfucker who was a pimp. I think his name was, like, T or some shit. Thank God, bro. He was super nice with, like, the grooming thing, bro. Like, he'd give me $5 on stage just to get me to, like, come chat with him and have a glass of wine. Very old school gentleman. But I did have a friend who did shows up with him, and she fucking disappeared. Yeah.
Like, you never heard
like,
from her
I
again?
never heard from her again. But he was, like, trying to show me pictures. He was like, look at your girl. Like, doesn't she look good? Like, look what I did for her and all this stuff. And I was just like, yeah, it looks good, bro. And, like, next week, nothing. Bitch was gone, disappeared. Like, and she was complaining about, like, home issues beforehand. But, like, I kind of saw that happen. I was just like, like, pimps are kind of weird, bro. But there was this, I've only talked to the old motherfuckers in the club. They always let them in at that. My first club was, like, super, super small. And it was right off the Blade in Dallas. And the Blade, do you know what that is?
I don't, actually.
So the Blade is it's lingo for, like, the strip that all the, like, street hoes walk. Like, in Dallas, it's called Harry Hines. It's the Blade. You'll see, like, there used to be a lot more girls who would walk the Blade, but they pretty much cracked down pretty strict. But, yeah. I never seen girls walk the Blade before I started working there. Like, I didn't know girls literally wore stripper outfits out on the streets. Like, pop, you come here, $60, let me blow you. Like, I didn't fucking, like, wrapping my head around that, bro, I was just like, where the fuck am I doing? Like, what the fuck am I doing? And so this beautiful gentleman came in one night, and this man was so beautiful. Like, he was just a pretty boy with a whole bunch of fucking ice, like, a whole bunch of chains, like, just pretty. And he was just like, yeah, like, I'm kind of cool like that. Like, if you're trying to get cool, like, come hang out with me. And so I was just like, what? Like, I was such a nerd. I was like, this beautiful man wants to hang out with me. Like, come on. So I went and hung out with him. And it was weird. So, like, he was like, yeah, we're going to go get you a spray tan tomorrow. And I was like, this boy is, like, sugaring me up right now. He's going to get me a spray tan. We're going to get dinner. We're going to go to Buck's Cabaret. Like, it's going to be great. Like, we're going to a strip club. And so he got me my spray tan and was like, yeah, so-and-so is going to pick you up. And I was like, who the fuck is this bitch? And it ended up being, like, his baby mama. And here's another word for y'all, a bottom bitch. So a bottom bitch is, like, the OG prostitute, like, the bottom girl who be holding shit down for their pimp. It's usually the girl who's, like, been around longest or makes the most money, like, one of the two. Because you can be the bottom bitch and, like, they get another girl and she'll literally take your status because she makes more money than you. And it's a competition. So, you want to be the bottom bitch. But the bottom bitch gets the most shit. They're literally babysitters. Like, this bitch picked me up from the fucking spray tan thing and, like, took me to a job and got me hired, and she worked with me for a little bit, but, like, I was just like, bro, this is weird. And she started saying, like, oh, this is my dude. And I was like, boyfriend? Like, dude? Like, I couldn't wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
It's a fucking pimp. But, yeah, it was just kind of weird. And so I pretty much got hired at a spot in Dallas, and I wasn't 21 yet, so I started drinking because I was comfortable with drinking at my other clubs. I was like, they don't fucking care. This club is so big. How could they be monitoring, like, one bitch? And I think it's because, like, when you take, like, 15 Patron shots and you can't dance, like, on the stage, they might ask questions. Like, hey, bitch, are you drunk? My ass was like, no, I'm not drunk, manager, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, bitch was, like, stumbling in her heels. That was whenever I first started dancing, like, yeah, I feel like a lot of girls go through that phase, though. Like, I feel like a lot of baby strippers at least get fucked up, like, at least once a year. Like, at least, maybe. You're around a bunch of alcohol, and every single table you sit around, it's like, here, take a shot, and you're, like, 5 shots deep at one table, and then you go to the next table, it's like 5 more. But, yeah, I ended up getting fired at that club and wrecking my car the same week.
Oh my god, that sounds like a fun week.
Yeah, bro. And so, after, I'm pretty sure I wrecked that car, and, I got fired from the club, and I never once paid this guy. Like, you're supposed to pay up sometimes. Like, some pimps have a choose-up fee, and it could be, like, any amount of money or, like, whatever you have in your wallet then. And I was pretty much, like, so broke. I was like, dude, I don't have any money. I got, like, $200. And he's like, okay, just hold on to it. We're going to get the spray tan. We got to go get a background check, so we'll just use that money for the things you need. And for a second, I was just like, it's my fucking money, dipshit. Like, no fucking shit. Like, didn't make sense to me. But yeah, I never fucking paid him the 4 days I was chose up with him. I still lived in my apartment, too. But yeah, he was like, it's like the whole grooming thing. He was like, we can start a business, like, we can be somebody. And I was just like, this pretty boy is like, saying all the right shit to me right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but it's like, they do that shit on purpose. They don't disclose who the fuck they are, what the fuck they do. They just, like, they want to date you. Like, not really, but, like, it's just, like, some weird coax, and it's like...
Like, they want to take you out and, like, do all these things for you.
Yeah. And, like, at first, like, I stepped back and I was like, okay, that's what that is. But, like, my life really wasn't shit. So I don't know, I ended up having a boyfriend after that. And this motherfucker was crazy, bro. Like, I have to go through all these little key points in my life to explain why the fuck I had 4 different fucking pimps. Like, I tried that shit out 4 times, bitch. Like, 4 times. Because I was just like, these other girls are, like, doing shit, like, why the fuck? And I just had nothing, and I was just like, could not get a fucking rap around life. So, yeah. I had a boyfriend. I moved into the apartment myself because I was like, if there's 6 people and everybody's living with their boyfriend, why can't I live with my boyfriend? My boyfriend was fucking psychotic. That's why. But I moved him in, and he was like a fiend, just like a dope fiend. And so, like, he was just crazy, bro. He ended up killing my fish. I had betta fish from high school.
Yeah.
That, like, my high school sweetheart gave me. He stabbed my fish with a fucking straw.
Why?
Like, skewered it.
Like, he took it out
Because he
and
was
just, like...
pissed. He was pissed I was going to work. Yeah, so I left him, and I chose up with another pimp. Like, I left the apartment. I was like, fuck this shit. Like, if I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go. And I literally left the apartment. Like, everything I had in there with my name on the lease. They destroyed the apartment. I had to pay for it afterwards. Like, another fucking 2 bands for the carpet. Because it was so nasty. It was so nasty. They had, like, mountains of garbage bags. And nobody wanted to take it out. Because everybody was like, that's your trash. That's your trash. My trash is in this bag. Like, I didn't even live there half the time either. I slept, shit, and showered at that apartment. And that's it. But, my ex-boyfriend, I chose up with a pimp the same fucking day. He moved another girl into my bedroom. And it was funny. I'm really good friends with her now. Like, it's kind of fucking weird. I love that bitch. That's my homegirl. And it's weird. It's weird as fuck. Because I'll see, like, her Snapchat memories. And it'll be, like, in my bed, in my clothes. And I'll just be like, that's fucking weird, bro. Like,
yeah.
But her and I like this now, so like it kind of I don't know, bro. Like,
oh my god.
But yeah, I think I was at work at a really ghetto club. Yeah, I was. Okay, so this was a time period I was on a bunch of Xanax. Yeah, and I was working at a ghetto club in Dallas, and some pretty girl comes up, and, like, I knew what pimping was. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be with the shit. Like, I'm gonna get my shit rocking. I can make money now. Like, we can do this. And so I met this girl and her dude at Ecstasy, and they were spending so much fucking money. And I was just like, okay, I want to be part of this. Like, y'all are, like, doing wealthy, apparently. My naive ass, like...
Yeah.
But fucking... And this dude was, like, fucking not cute at all. But he was an older gentleman, and I was like, maybe he's wise. Like, he's an older guy.
Old and wise.
He's not gonna play me. Like, the last one was really young, and that was his baby mama, and, like, he didn't pay her bills. Like, she had a nice-ass fucking car where, like, music, like, Spotify and subscriptions could, like, link onto the computer, and this was what really turned me off. Like, he didn't pay that bill for her. So I was like, you clearly aren't, like, keeping on top of your shit. Everybody's been late for a fucking bill. But it's just, like, I ignored all the red flags before that.
That was
for some reason, that was the fucking kicker. I was like, your bottom bitch doesn't have music in her car, bro. Like, I'm done. Same petty shit. Second pimp, I fucking used the idea of, like, that girl didn't have hot water in her apartment. So I was like, fuck this shit, bro. Like, why the fuck is she trapping in an apartment with no fucking hot water? Like, you got me fucked up. I'll share a bathroom with 6 motherfuckers, but that shit needs hot water. So, man, whenever I say this man was, like, short and, like, big, like, I chose up with him, and I was giving him shit. I was like, we gotta start going to the gym, though. Like, if I start paying you, I'm paying you to go to the gym. And so we ended up, like, getting hooked on B12. Like, do you know B12?
It's a vitamin.
Yeah. We took shots of it, and I lost, like, 15 pounds. Like, yeah, in our arms.
Like, injections?
Yeah, we would go get injections, like, once a week or so. Motherfucker was still fat, and bro, when I say this man was so, like, not built, it would take him 5 minutes to walk to fucking across the parking lot to the store. Yeah. For some reason, I let a bigger bitch than me bitch me around, but it didn't last long. But we'll get back into that after the break.
Yes. Thanks for joining us for this half. I'm Maura.
And I'm Riley.
This is Sex, Science, and Stripping, and you're watching on Afro Vibes TV. guys, welcome back. I'm Maura.
And I'm Riley.
This is Sex, Science, and Stripping, and you're watching on Afro Vibes TV.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to dive right back to where we left off.
Yeah, so, second pimp daddy. So I was talking about the B12 shots, and this all happened within 4 days. I was only with this man for 4 days, living with them for 4 days. So, I remember, like, he went and got me some clothes and some shaving cream or some shit, and that's pretty much it, I think. So, getting into the story, we did in those 4 days, we literally, like, went around every single fucking club in the DFW area, and I had expired documents, like driver's license, passport, anything that you need to be a stripper, pretty much documentation-wise. And so, we were driving around, and I couldn't get hired anywhere, because I was illegal. Like, at that point, like, it's illegal to hire someone with expired documentation.
Yeah.
And so, I think he's ended up taking me back to the ghetto club that I met him at, and, like, I got a trick last minute. If not, I was gonna get my ass beat, because you have to make, like, a quota. Each pimp, like, will give you a quota what to hit every day, and I was, like, stressing at this club, because I was like, man, this club is trash. Like, this man expects me to make money knowing damn well this club is trash. And so I last minute hooked a trick, which is a customer, and I met with him. Don't do that. Don't meet with that, and don't do that. But I met with him, got my money, but pretty much I really learned what pimping was. Like, he was like, bitch, shut the fuck up, give me the fucking money, we're going home, there's police outside the fucking hotel room, like, we're leaving right fucking now. And his bottom bitch was in the hotel room the entire fucking time, and it was just kind of awkward. Like, she was, like, watching, like, making sure everything went down, like, how it was supposed to, bro. Like, it was fucking weird. But the guy ended up being kind of cool, like, the customer guy. Bro, this is how weird it was. So we're in the bed, and she's, like, sitting on the couch, like, drinking a water. And she's like, no kissing. And so we stopped kissing. And she's like, okay, here's a condom. And we're just like, bro, like, why is this girl my age teaching me how to be a fucking prostitute right now? Like, it was fucking weird.
Oh, my God.
But did the job, got the money, went downstairs, got in the car with dude, paid him, and then, I think, like, 2 days later, I left. And some pimps, they pressure you into doing, like, extras. Some of them don't, but they want you to, because that's where the money is. Like, they want you to. But it's not, like, I say, like, I had 4 pimps. I definitely wasn't, like, prostituting the whole fucking time. It's just strip club money. Like, what you make at work, boom, pay that man, for some reason. And I should have known better the whole time, because mathematically, the math didn't add up in my head. I was like, if all these girls are putting money into the pot, what is the guy doing? Like, where's his money? He's just eating off of all the girls. So I'm just like, automatically, it seems like less money than when I started off with. But I think the whole, like, teaming up thing, it's because you get, like, instant gratification. Like, a girl comes join the team, and she pays 3 racks to choose up. She can go get a fucking car if she wants to, and they now have a big pool of money to go pay off a car in a day. Might not be in her name, but they have a car, you see. So whenever she leaves, they can take that car away, and it happens all the fucking time. But
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I think after that, oh, here's another story about the bottom bitch. Like, it was just fucking weird, bro. We went to the mall, and we went to go get our nails done, and she was like, don't get long nails, because customers hate long nails. And I was like, okay, makes sense. Like, old men don't like tattoos, they don't like nails. Like, of course I need to be fucking boring for white men. But this bitch gets her nails long as fuck with, like, charms and diamonds, and I was just, like, getting my nails done, and she looks at me, and she's like, cute, look at mine. I was like, did you do this on purpose, bro? Like, it was kind of weird. And so, like, I just didn't vibe with her, like, at all. I was supposed to vibe with her, and I did whenever I was drunk and intoxicated, but that was it. She was sweet, though. She cuddled me, and we slept in her bed. Yeah. But that's another sad thing. All these girls are just as hurt as you, and they're groomed the same way that they're grooming you. So, like, they just need a fucking friend. They're in such a shitty-ass situation. They're grateful to have a fucking friend there. And so that's where, like, a lot of the bonding can kind of come from. I think, like, a lot of pimps don't like that, though. They don't like when their girls bond, because it kind of, they want the relationship to be the hoe and the pimp, not the hoe and the hoe. Like, there's no, like, that's kind of, like, contradicting against the game. And so, but a lot of girls need fucking friends. It's really fucking sad and it's fucked up. But at the same time, you can't trust these bitches.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think after that, what was I doing? I literally, so I chose up with pimp number 3 on a Thursday. I chose up with pimp number 4, like, on a Saturday or Sunday. And I was on to the next pimp by, like, fucking the next week. But it was because I was like, I'm tired of this fat little bitch telling me what to do and all this shit. Like, one time I was on my phone and I was just, like, giggling, like, whatever the fuck. I was texting in the back seat of the car, and he looks around, he's like, bitch, who the fuck you smiling at? Like, who the fuck you texting? You texting a customer? Because if you ain't making no goddamn money right now. And I was just like, nah, it's just, like, some guy. Like, I'm not, like, about to go meet him or anything. I don't see what the problem is. Like, I just want to fucking talk to someone. And he was just like, you don't fucking do that. I might as well fucking smack the shit out of you right now. And so that's, like, that right there, I was just like, yeah, I need to get the fuck along. Because this man is a short, fat bitch, and he's threatening me to slap me. You got me fucked up. Like, I'm out.
Yeah, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm sure the swing on that man would have been crucial, too. He never hit me, though. Thank God. Because I would have been dead. I would have been knocked the fuck out. Big old boy. He did take us to the best taco place ever. I don't know where it was, but it was so fucking good. He was a big old guy, so I guess he knew where the fucking spots were, you know?
Yeah.
He was like, we're going to get some good little tacos, go to work afterwards. Still don't know where the fuck that restaurant is. I wish I did. Best rice ever. But I really learned, like, what pimping was. Like, from the security to the no kissing to, like, you can't talk to anybody. Some of these girls don't even have Instagrams. They don't have Facebooks. They don't have anything social media because it's in contradiction of their money and their focus. Like, literally, they control you. It's fucking sex trafficking. That's what it is. It's just manipulation and grooming of it. That's what I think. But, yeah,
oh my god, that's some wild stuff.
Yeah. I got to work one day, a different club, and I was pretty much like, yeah, I got all my shit in this duffel bag, like, or my work bag, my backpack, whatever the fuck it was at the time. I was like, I'm tired of this man, and at the same time I'm talking about this shit, old friend walks up in, it was just like a random girl, but she was just like so fun and enlightening. She was like, girl, like, what's up? Like, what's wrong? I was just like, I'm not in a good living place right now. I gotta go back home. I don't have a car because I wrecked my car with the first pimp, trying to get my ass to work. So she was just like, you know what? You should come stay with us. Like, I know what hard pimping is, and that seems like what you're doing, but you should come chill with us. Like, we're really fun. And at the point, I was just like, man, I'm tired of being bullied. I'm tired of being called a hoe and a bitch and prostitute. Like, I want to go chill. I want to go hang out with homies. So, I think I went home with her that night, and we met her dude at another dude's house. And these houses were just, like, big fucking mansions, which was different, because I was only seeing, like, townhomes and apartments and hotel rooms. And so I saw these big fucking mansions with, like, Maseratis and, like, nice fucking sports cars and BMWs and just beautiful Cadillacs. I was just like, yeah, I need to be here. Like, this is where the superstars live. It was a nice fucking $1 million home. And so I was like, yeah, I can get real comfortable here. So I ended up giving him the little petty $300 I had in my pocket. And I stayed with that one for, like, 4 or 5 months. So I got some more stuff. I can talk about that in a little bit. I'll talk about that in the next episode, more about the third pimp. But I do want to talk about stripper tips, because I feel like I was rambling on a story time for a very long time, so I figured let's bring it back to something interesting.
I think your stories are very interesting.
Thanks. So these are just, like, the few things I've accumulated since being a stripper. And the first thing is, like, shaving. Because shaving takes fucking forever. And, like, I was the type of bitch who would literally, like, lather my whole body and shave my whole body at once. Like, one session. And I'm in the shower for, like, 45 minutes. So, like, the first thing I would say is, like, instead of shaving your whole fucking body, just do increments each day. So it's, like, you're still, like, spending the same amount of time, but at least you're in the shower less. So, like, we'd shave from ankles to knee one day, so you can have that smooth. And then you wait 2 days, and you shave knee to knee to hips, so you can have your thighs smooth. So at least like something is smooth, like nothing is like completely grown out, if that makes sense. And then some new shoe hacks, because I know new shoes are slippery, like usually heels, like heels and cowboy boots are slippery. So it's really funny. We have a dedicated shoe knife at my work, and it's meant for shoes. And we'll go to the house mom, and we'll be like, "Mom, I need the knife." And so she'll give us a shoe, and we're literally like playing violin. But yeah, you want to like scrape the fuck out of your shoes. We burn our shoes too. You take a lighter and you burn the plastic down, so it makes it soft. And then concrete, of course, concrete. Oh, and hairspray. Like, if you have really glittery, like loose glittery clothing of any kind, you just take hairspray and just seal it off real quick and easy. So
Good
it doesn't shed. Yeah, it doesn't shed around. Because that shit sucks. Like, when you're on stage and someone wore, like, a bunch of glitter or, like, razzle-dazzle shit, and you just, like, get off stage and you're, like, covered in, like, dirt and glitter, and it's like, fuck, I feel like a sparkly piece of shit right now. Ooh, and then I'm gonna get a little intimate. So, what do strippers do on their periods? Oh my god, one time I saw a fucking pad. Like, a bitch went on stage and pulled her pad out and threw it on the fucking stairs. A fucking pad. And mind you, we're wearing these. Where the fuck is a pad, bitch? Like,
you gotta tuck it.
Bro, like, no. It didn't make sense. I was like, is she holding the pad with her coochie lips? I don't understand. But, oh, so here's a common thing that even porn stars do as well. And they use beauty blenders, like beauty sponges. And you just put it up there, same thing, it absorbs all the blood, but they still can, like, do penetration with it. Because it's soft and cushiony. And I'm just like, that's not, they be pumping so many chemicals and colors into them.
Yeah, even tampons have so many chemicals.
Yeah, exactly. But some girls fucking do it so they can still be a prostitute, like, still get their business, you know? So, you'll, beauty sponges. I'd never fucking even seen someone do that, like, in real life. I remember I was in high school researching, like, I was looking up, like, what it's like to be a porn star, and these girls were talking about beauty sponges, and then I go into the stripper life, like, 5 months later, and it's like, bitches really be using beauty sponges and putting, like, fucking pink cotton balls up their cooters. Yeah.
That's, like, really dangerous.
Bro, and,
like, what if you forget about it, and there's no string, so you gotta go fishing, right?
Yeah. But usually when you're on your period, your cervix drops a little bit, but, like, still, if your cooter's really deep, like, you should know your body before you shove things that have no retractable string. Like, I know there's Diva cups.
Yeah.
And, I've also, like, they have these flex disc, and it's kind of like a hair tie with a very thin condom on it, and we'll use those, too, because you can have sex with those. I mean, I'm not saying strippers have sex. I'm saying, like, in your free time, baby. You can use the flex disc and fuck and still be on your period and not get blood, like, too messy. But
that's good to know.
Yeah, but same thing, there's no, like, retractable string with the Diva cups and those. And we do make life harder on ourselves, because with the tampon string, a lot of girls just cut the string off. You know? Like, that's what we do, because it's a lot of string. Like, why do you be attaching, like, a foot long, like, if you're a woman, you kind of know, but, like, when you're a dancer, you can't have that shit sticking out your underwear, even though you're covered. There's always a will and a way, like, these are always moving, because you're so fucking active, so you have to constantly adjust and make sure your roast beef sandwich is, like, secure, you know? And she be poking out occasionally, like, as a woman with a fucking sandwich, that should be coming out. So you cut the string so it doesn't stick out, because it's less embarrassing. But, yeah, we have scissors in each one of our stalls to cut the string, and then you just gotta tuck it up and then pray, like, later when you're drunk, like, you can pull that bitch out.
Oh my god.
I've had friends, like, literally lose tampons in their bodies for, like, days at a time.
That's really dangerous,
I'm like,
too.
bro,
your body can literally go into shock. You're not supposed to wear a tampon, like,
I know.
long.
I know.
Oh my god. You're
Yeah.
stressing me out.
I'm like, it's giving me anxiety. Like, I feel like something needs to come out of me right
I know,
now.
there's nothing in me, but I'm like, whoo.
Get to pushing, babe.
And they be putting chemicals on tampons so you bleed more, so you need more tampons.
Yeah.
That's why get the organic ones.
Yeah.
They're more expensive, but you're not putting
No,
those
for
harmful
real.
chemicals in you, and your period is lighter. At least I've noticed that personally. Like, for myself, I switched to organic, and I was like,
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah, and I will say though, like, well, I don't really. We'll get back to that next episode. I have so many thoughts.
Well, thank you for joining us today. I'm Maura.
And I'm Riley.
This is Sex, Science, and Stripping, and occasionally pimping.
Yep.
And you're watching on Afro Vibes TV.